Let's get it on.
What is up, everyone? PlutoCoffins is your host for the 30th episode of the Bull Session podcast.
And your co-host KDHD.
And KDHD has some gaming news right out of the gate.
Okay, we got Microsoft bought Activision, so now like you could go back and play all the old Call of Duties on the old consoles and stuff. So that's good. And they signed a 10-year deal with Sony.
What does that mean, though?
Like you could just like
They bought all the old servers. What does that mean?
No, like they have all the old servers, so now you can.
So they own every Activision game?
Basically, yeah.
So they own Call of Duty outright?
Yeah. They have all the new.
So, and they own Minecraft. So they're
Yeah.
trying to buy out Sony, basically.
They're trying to like
Get a cap on the gaming market, get some good exclusives.
Yeah.
Besides Halo, because Halo sucks.
That's all they're
low-key.
trying to do. Because Sony.
But
has
they
a
signed
bunch of
a
exclusives.
they signed a what agreement with Sony?
So that it keeps Call of Duty on PlayStation for 10 years.
Well, you know, this has been the podcast from hell.
Yeah, 6th take.
6 takes.
We should have a bloopers for this episode.
I already deleted every video.
Oh.
But 6 takes, this neighborhood cat keeps fucking with us. We thought it was a stray a few weeks back, and we took it in for like 2 or 3 days. And we were feeding it and shit and letting it on the porch. And then we found out on Facebook that it belonged to the neighbors, like, across the way. Take it back over there. It keeps coming over here and tearing up the fucking screens and meowing incessantly and destroying the podcast, right? And especially tearing up the fucking screens. Like, it ripped a fucking big-ass hole in the screen. And fucking just being annoying and begging us for food because they don't take care of it. It didn't even know how to play with toys whenever we took it in. And fucking these people, if you text them on Facebook, come get your cat. Like, it's destroying the fucking house and being annoying. Come get your cat.
Are you trying to steal my cat?
You're trying to steal my cat. We're gonna call the cops. We're gonna fucking do this, do that. I'm gonna take it to the fucking animal shelter. Like, it's really fucking annoying. So that's been distracting. You know, Sadie was distracting a little bit, but other than that, it's been a good run at the podcast, I guess. Podcast from Hell, episode 30. I think John Campbell has a hand in this shit.
Yeah, he has a curse on
I
us
think
right
he
now.
fucking cursed us, dude.
He's
And
playing 4D chess.
he doesn't want the podcast to get out, bro. I think that's what's going on. Because he's posted... We made him go crazy, dude. I pretended like I was a Satanist for a day, and he went crazy about it.
He made like 10 videos about PlutoCoffins.
He made more than that. He made like fucking 30.
About only PlutoCoffins.
He
and
made
the whole
like
situation.
at least 200 videos in the last week. At least, maybe more. He's going ham.
Crazy on the
He's
videos.
talking about lizard people. He's sending us Geico commercials. He's fucking... It's kind of hilarious. And we're going to compile all that shit in either the next episode or the episode after this. And we're going to fucking... Yeah, we're going to, you know, have the John Campbell Ultimate Bull Session podcast episode. But for now, let's get into the videos. For the umpteenth time. And hopefully they don't fuck up. Okay, good.
Alright.
We're going to watch this Auditor.
This police sergeant's behavior was outrageous after someone was recording him.
So what happened inside? There was nobody inside? Badge number 2025. Cool. Yeah, I can see pretty good. Oh man, interesting. How's your day? Look at the distance that he created, guys. No, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to point that out. That's all.
Look. So you know what an auditor is, Caleb?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
You do? From the last episode, the outtake?
Yeah.
Where I told you in the last episode?
Yeah.
You mean like 10 minutes ago when we weren't on camera when I told you you know about it?
Yeah, I don't really know him that well, but from what you told me, is someone that goes up.
Alright, the correct answer would have been no, but this is the podcast from hell.
Yeah.
Because Caleb forgot that I told him 10 minutes ago on this episode, whenever we're recording it. So, do you know what an auditor is, Caleb?
No.
That's right. Because I just told him 10 minutes ago. But fucking, an auditor is someone who goes around filming the police, trying to provoke the police and harass the police for fucking, like, making sure they're following the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, all that good shit, right? But they're trying to get like lawsuits and shit or like views on YouTube, and it's kind of hilarious. I like them, but they're kind of pieces of shit at the same time. And that's when this fucking sergeant gloriously trolls the shit out of him. He's like reading his badge number, so he gets up closer so he can read it. And then he's like, "Oh, look at the distance between me and him." And then he backs up like a clown. He smells the fucking flower, dude. He smells the dandelion.
Yeah.
He was trolling the fuck out of him. I think it's hilarious.
My pussy now.
Today at my local Walmart, my pussy matters. Laughy face emoji.
Black Lives Matter. My pussy matters. Have fun paying all this. Black Lives Matter. My pussy matters. Have a great time, ma'am. Black Lives Matter. My pussy matters.
It's at the kids section, bro.
What
She's
the
in the
fuck?
kids section destroying candles, being like, Black Lives Matter. My pussy matters.
I want to see something like this in Walmart so bad.
Well, there's that guy shitting his pants.
Yeah, that shit was insane.
You make no sense. What is wrong with you? Don't matter, but her fucking pussy matters.
Tell him about that. Hold up. Tell him about. No, we'll show that on the podcast sometime.
Black lives don't matter. Her fucking pussy matters.
Her fucking pussy matters.
Whose pussy was it?
Look who it is. I don't know. I guess it's her. She doesn't get none or something, so her pussy matters, you know?
Oh, it's John Campbell.
It's John Campbell. CNN stupid lol as fuck. I don't see what this has to do with
Hi.
Oh, another.
Hi.
Hello.
Celebrate recovery. Broken heart but bandaged emoji. Exclamation point. Testimony mine. Customer is always right, churches. Church emoji. Exclamation point.
My name's John Campbell, and I'm a grateful believer in Jesus Christ. And my claim to fame is I made the government watch list.
He's famous, dude.
He made the government watch list. He's got the thumbs up.
So I can brag about that. It's my bucket list, you know. And I say I can celebrate recovery, you know.
Recovery
What is
of
yeah,
what?
recovery of what, bro? That has nothing to do. I don't celebrate recovery, testimony mine, customers always right, churches.
What?
I am on the national watch list for the FBI. Like what? This guy's fucking you're going crazy, John. Podcast from hell.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
I don't know who this dude is, but I guess we're gonna listen to the Philip Scott show talk about the Booty Warrior for a second. He'll be our like extra co-host for a second. Take it on, Philip Scott show.
I remember years ago there was a show called Locked Up Raw on MSNBC, and we was first introduced.
Boring.
Checked out. I think the first two is actually married.
Booty Warrior was on the Boondocks. They did a spoof
Yeah, I
on him.
saw
They did
that.
an interview with him, and he talked about how much he liked booty. That's basically what our co-host here has to say.
Married now to a woman,
Oh, okay.
but do you miss
And then here's the interview
prison
part.
personal, but
Podcast out of hell.
Oh yes, but let's let it
Podcast
review.
out of hell.
personal. It's personal, but I've had people ask me this. I know you're married now to a woman, but do you miss prison?
Nah, I miss booty. That's what I miss.
I miss booty.
He said, "Nah, I don't miss prison. I miss booty."
Booty. You know, yeah, I'm married now, out of here. Pussy this, pussy that, all that shit. Nigga, the first piece of sex I had was booty. I went in, don't forget, I went into prison, man. I was in jail at 14, turned 15 in jail, hit prison at 16.
You can hear it in his voice, though. He is definitely gay. Like you can hear it in his voice, right?
Yeah,
you can hear
he
the gay
misses
inflection.
booty.
Even though he's married to a woman, bro, this guy's gay.
I growed up in the penal system.
Yeah, he sounds like
He said, "I grew up in the penile system."
he sounds like an old gay man.
So Fleece is saying that basically he never had
He missed booty.
any-
Is he gonna keep talking through the whole interview?
As you
I gotta rewind it. Podcast from hell.
So let's continue.
ain't never his first American
Their co-host
virgin,
sucks.
as you can call me. But when I got introduced to some booty, hey, it was fire too, boy.
What did he say?
Oh my god.
He said it was fire or something.
Gotta rewind.
What? You know, I like booty. And yes, my wife would see this. But I not really told her, honey, I love you. And she knows I love her. And I'll never cheat on her, which I won't. But I tell her the truth. I miss booty.
The man misses booty. What can he say?
He said,
At least the booty warrior's outside doing good with his life. He's outside of prison. He won't cheat on her, but he knows what he wants. He misses booty.
he even admitted it to her.
It's your favorite guy, Caleb.
No,
Can Porn Hurt You by Brett Keane.
I don't like Brett Keane.
It's your favorite dude.
He's like a guaranteed headache. Watch, plug for about
His intros are always great, though. I think he makes them. I'm skipping past this bullshit. Dude.
Look how long he is. And then he plugs. Watch.
My name is Brett Keane, and you are watching and listening to The Brett Keane Show. As many of you know, I put surveys and
No,
polls on my...
surveys, bro. He's been
always
all
does
about the
this every
surveys
time,
lately.
too.
He's been all about them surveys
Better
lately.
go vote.
You better go vote on my survey.
community page on the front of my YouTube channel. That's right, if you go to my YouTube channel, you can click on the community tab, and you'll be able to see that I ask a lot of different questions of people who are subscribed to me or just watching, and I want to see where people are coming from, and also it helps me to register the idea of what is it that you'd like me to talk about. Now, all the topics that I put up are topics that I was already interested in talking about. But
dude, you go through this every show. All these, like, literally, it's the same shit. It's the same shit. Let's get to him talking about it, you know?
He's still on the community.
I can be heard on it.
The community tab. Does he just stay on that the whole time?
I don't know, man. I didn't watch this one yet, but we're 2 minutes, 34 minutes, or 34 seconds into this, and he still doesn't talk about shit.
Amazon, Spotify, any of the most famous, popular radio sites out there, radio outlets. I'm connected to them all.
Okay. He's plugging his shit. Plugging his shit.
That person wasn't truly of God. And I know an atheist out there might say, well, that's a Scotsman. You know, that's a Scotsman fallacy. You can't just say somebody isn't something because they did something wrong. Actually, you can. Before the Scotsman fallacy even existed, God already said there are going to be some who call out my name who are not of my flock.
All right,
So,
that sounds interesting.
it's God and go to her.
This is the podcast.
I get it. There are some bad people in Christianity, but the problem is that although atheism is a smaller group, there seems to be more atheists who are sexually active when it comes towards children than Christians.
That is not true. That is
Where's the
not,
statistics at?
dude.
The
I can
actual-
easily prove that, though. The Catholic Church. What do priests do?
Yeah,
What do pastors do? What do youth pastors do? You know what I'm saying?
it's a huge
That's
meme.
that's
it's
it,
well
dude.
known.
What do fucking religious Muslim people do? They marry fucking girls at the age of 9. Muhammad married a girl at the age of 9. You know what I mean? That's easily disproved. You're a liar and a charlatan.
do. Christians are taught not to hurt children. They're taught not to do that. If
Right. And that's why they make pedophiles the head of their church.
someone goes against God and goes against the Christian code, then Christians are able to say that person wasn't truly of God. And I know an atheist out there might say, well, that's a Scotsman.
That is a Scotsman. You can't say you're not of God because of your actions. If someone says they believe in God, then they fucking believe in God. You can't just be like, oh, well, you're not a real Christian. That's what Chandler does, you know? He's like, well,
Yeah.
they're not real Christians. Fuck you. How the fuck do you get to define what a real Christian is? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fucked up shit in the Bible. Like, if your daughter gets raped, you gotta stone her to death if she doesn't marry the dude. If you don't do that, you're not a real Christian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
It's weird.
You know, that's a Scotsman fallacy. You can't just say somebody isn't something because they did something wrong. Actually, you can. Before the Scotsman
Because in my 2,000-year-old book, it says that God said there would be fakers.
fallacy even existed, God already said there are going to be some who call out my name who are not of my flock. So you can,
Like John Campbell. You know, go check out my community tab, dude. I caught him. I caught him with fucking 666 posts on YouTube. I got a screenshot of it.
Yeah,
Why would
that
he?
shit was insane.
Why would he have 666 posts on YouTube?
He's a Satanist confirmed.
Satanist
No
confirmed.
hoax.
No hoax.
make up as many cute little fallacies and bullshit that you want, ladies and gentlemen. But before those fallacies and the words and the
Fallacies. It's fallacy. Fallacy, not fallacy.
labels for them were even invented, God already said that.
He sounds like he's got the biggest jowls known to man. Like,
Yeah, like you can't move up.
hell no.
This was the case. It would be like
I want to hear how porn is bad for you personally.
Yeah, where is like how is any of this about the title?
somebody going out and killing a bunch
Misleading as fuck.
Misleading ass bastard. Make
of
your
people.
videos about what you actually named them as.
Right.
And then a bunch of Christians saying, well, if they're killing people, then they're going against what God says. Therefore, they can't be that close in a relationship with God if they're going around murdering people. And the atheist comes along and says, well, that's a fallacy because, just because they broke the laws of God and the laws of man, we're in the 14. George Carlin did a big, long thing about this a while back where if a guy had PTSD that was in the military,
porn,
incest, where does God fit in?
Porn.
But it is me, so I didn't see how that would be like cheating or anything.
Hurt you. There you go.
As an or video. These new words are very liberal.
I guess I guess I figured out the format of these videos, bro. We've been kind of stupid about it. He does these polls, right? And then he just talks about them for the whole video. And then he names like one of them as the title.
They're very stupid, and they also...
All right, but I want to hear about the porn.
They're not so...
That's why I clicked on the video, was for the porn. You know?
Yeah.
Here are some...
like sectioned them, like the questions, you know?
Yeah, for real. Or you should like title it differently, like, can porn hurt you? Dash polls or whatever the show title is, you know?
Yeah.
Topics I've been thinking about for video and radio. What do you prefer? And I gave people the choice: internet whores, failed relationships, soy weak men, destroyed nice guy abuse, do guns and video games cause violence, can people hurt you? Can porn hurt?
I swear to God, John Campbell's got to be fucking with us, dude. There's just too much wrong with this episode, you know? Everything's going to hubba-baloo.
Him and God are tight, dude.
John Campbell and God are tight, and so is Brett Keane and God. But can porn hurt you?
You. Race and incest, where does God fit in? Let me take a drink of my coffee.
Okay. Did you have to tell us?
What the fuck?
I've had some of you ask me, Brad, I hear you drinking
I think he has this
coffee or milk or something like that, yet I don't see a cup actually coming up to your mouth or anything. That's because the what you're seeing on the screen is an artificial intelligence version of myself.
I called it.
You're actually seeing an AI that...
You're absolutely right, dude. That's an AI Brett Keane. That's weird.
That's stupid.
That's weird as hell.
He don't like showing his face.
Yeah, because he's fat. But he shows an AI version of himself that looks just the same. Maybe a little bit skinnier.
Is
probably being gross.
Yeah, like John Campbell. Oh, Dorn.
That's probably why he doesn't.
Dorn, where's my mac and cheese?
Moving its mouth whenever I talk on the microphone. Sometimes I don't feel like getting all prettied up for all of you, so my AI
I just like to lie around in my bed all day.
runs, and that's exactly what I look like, but that looks like me on a good day all the time. Sometimes I don't feel like
Dude, you haven't looked like that in like 5 years.
brushing my hair and, digging in my butt and doing whatever it takes,
What?
putting on makeup.
Bro, he's been,
What?
he been digging in his butt.
He likes digging in his ass. Gross.
Brett Keenlight's digging in his ass confirmed.
No hoax.
Getting all pretty for YouTube. I hope that doesn't bother you that you're watching an AI version of me, but it is.
I don't give a shit. You're boring either way. Can you
talks-
talk about porn, please?
Why does he talk like an old man? Like,
He's like fucking. I think he was born in like 77 or something.
really?
Yeah, so he's not even 50.
Me, so I didn't see how that would be like cheating or anything on a YouTube video. So can porn hurt you? I think it can. I think it can hurt you mentally on a subconscious level, and it can hurt you physically. One of the reasons why I believe that is I watch a lot of true stories on like Netflix and a lot of these video streaming sites. And I've watched a lot of interviews on YouTube with people like Jeffrey Dahmer. That's right.
And then they blame porn as a scapegoat. Yeah, I don't think Jeffrey Dahmer did. Jeffrey Dahmer blamed himself. But Ted Bundy, notably, I watch the same shit Brett watches. But Ted Bundy notably blamed porn for why he was killing all the women he killed. So, but that's just a scapegoat, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just some dude being like me, it was porn. Like, and he killed
how
a bunch
can
of people.
Porn cause someone
Yeah,
to
yeah.
go kill someone.
Porn didn't kill anyone. Ted Bundy did.
There's interviews of him, Ted Bundy, many of these serial killers, the Iceman. That's one of the most.
And I don't think Richard Kuklinski, the Iceman, first of all, he was a liar. He did not kill as many people as he said he did. He killed, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6 at most. And he said he had several hundred kills and he was a mafia hitman. He was never a mafia hitman. He never fucking worked with, what was that guy's name? It was a big fucking, I believe Gambino crime boss back in the day. Fuck. Roy Mayo or something. Roy DeMayo, right? Roy DeMayo, that's it. But fucking, he claimed to work with him as a hitman. He never was. He claimed to put people in caves and let rats eat them. He never did that. So Richard Kuklinski is a big liar, but he never said, like, I've watched all the interviews with him. He never said anything about porn. So that's a lie. Like, he brought up 2 people that never said anything about porn, so he's just bringing up lies to support his cause. The only person that he brought up that actually blamed porn for what they did was Ted Bundy so far.
Scariest interviews I've ever seen. And a lot of these people, they stated that they watched porn.
Yeah, Ted Bundy did. The others did not. The others were just, you're mentioning them to boost up your claim.
And they make it clear, they're very articulate. Most killers and serial killers and psychopaths tend to be very intelligent, especially those who suffer from like manic depression and all kinds of other stuff. But they all have said that because of themselves looking at porn, it started leading to one.
He's just making up shit because they didn't all say that. Ted Bundy.
Stop making up shit.
Just say Ted Bundy said it. You know, use Ted Bundy as your source. You know, a serial killer as a source. What a sound logical premise.
Wanting to see more darker and rougher stuff, where it started to get into violence, where men were basically whipping women and women were beating on men.
They
And
were going to orgies and doing all these drugs and worshiping Satan like Richard Ramirez. You ever heard of Richard Ramirez? He was a Satan worshiper and he killed a bunch of people. That must mean all atheists are Satan worshippers and they all kill a bunch of people. And porn is bad because if you watch porn, then you won't want to sleep with my ugly ass wife, Dorn.
very abusive scenarios, and somehow
Hell no.
No.
Dorn wants a porn.
Oh shit.
combined with sexual domination and such like this. And a lot of these killers, they said that it ended up making them want to go out and find targets. So for people who are already...
The only one that he talked about, like I said, was Ted Bundy. That's the only one that said porn had a contributing factor to him killing. But even then, he didn't say it was outright solely porn. So everything Brett Keane just said was a bunch of falsehoods.
mentally ill, porn is very harmful for them.
He just burped.
I think that it also is bad for like normal people who are trying to get into relationships, or if you've had a hard time getting into relationships.
It's bad for the incels. Brett's out looking for his homie incels, dude.
Is Brett
I don't think
incel?
so. I mean, I guess it like porn addiction's bad, but you can be addicted to anything. But unless you're addicted to it, I don't see it as a bad thing. Like every
I
now
don't
and
see how someone could get addicted to porn.
right, it's a weird, but people do. People do
Yeah,
get addicted
it's
to it.
weird though. I don't know how.
How do people get addicted to chocolate?
I don't know.
Because it's delicious. But fucking, you know, every now and then you need to beat one off. You know what I'm saying? You need to look up, see some titties and shit.
Yeah.
Like porn's been around for not millions. It's been around for thousands, tens of thousands of years, right? There's old clay pots found like that are dated 10,000 years old that have a pair of tits on them. Because people have always wanted to consume pornography because humans are sexual creatures.
What you expect sexually as well as mentally from your partner. See, a lot of these porn videos that you watch, it gives you this idea that women just want to throw down with you.
I don't know.
He's being like John Campbell.
I know. He fucking. But
he
you
just
see,
burped. He is being gross. Gross ass motherfucker.
Brett Keane is very gross, but like, fucking, it makes you think that women just want to throw down with you. You know, I've never had that assumption.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch like some girl giving some dude a blowy and fucking like on porn, and then you just like walked outside and saw a girl, you're like,
No.
like
This shit don't work like that.
like that's
nobody
not.
thinks like that.
I don't know anyone that thinks like that.
It gives you this idea that this is the way people are.
No, it does not. Do you think that? Do you think people are like, you know, you walk out, everyone's always fucking? I mean, they kind of are, but like obviously, like some porn is fake. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's like staged and not like orgies. I mean, they do happen a lot. I mean, like that party,
Yeah.
but fucking, you know. No one's going around thinking that that's how it's just people are constantly. They're getting like it's porn actresses
Only
getting
people
paid.
like Brett Keane do.
Yeah,
They're-
dude, he thinks that. He's like, I went to McDonald's and asked the fucking bitch across the counter to suck my wiener and give me a cheeseburger, and she didn't do it. I'm gonna go home and make myself a YouTube video.
All the time when they're not. Porn is a fantasy type of thing. It's like watching some kind of science fiction or...
And what's wrong with watching science fiction?
Yeah.
And then if nothing's wrong with watching science fiction or a fantasy type thing, then what's wrong with watching porn?
entertainment where someone is acting and they're being goofy because they're trying to make money.
Hell yeah, they're acting, you know? The girl taking a fucking 10-inch dick up her butt. She gotta pretend like she like it, you know what I mean?
Not screaming. and shit. She gotta be like, oh yeah.
Money on one of these websites, and then you get to thinking that's the way women actually are. It can really cause some problems for you when you go out and try to get into a relationship because you imagine to yourself that the women that act the way they do on porn.
Why ain't she sucking my dick yet? I watched like 4 videos of picking up a woman in a car, and then she just started sucking the dick. She just whipped it out and she started sucking the dick. And I picked up this girl over at the local bar. And she wants to go home and like go to the movies and stuff.
Yeah, she just won't do it to me.
She just won't suck my dick.
Porn videos may also act the same way. It's also another thing too. If you've ever had a partner, whether it's a guy or a woman, and
Brett's a no-fapper. He's like Chandler, dude. He no-faps.
you're going out with them and you think they're attractive and they do it for you in many different ways, But if you look at porn, you see all these people who are very muscular, especially if you watch like fancier porn. You see these men who look like a damn Skyrim.
He's rating men in porn. He's being weird.
No, I think he's being jealous.
Yeah.
He's like, they got all these muscles, and like, I look down and I see my flat, flabby body, and I'm like, I can't have sex with you, and I lose my heart on. It's like, dude, you need to have some more self-confidence, or maybe hit the gym.
Character who are all built and muscular, have ding dongs all the way down to their kneecap.
His wiener's small.
Yeah, he's got a tiny wiener. That's why he's fucking talking about it.
And then the guy you're going out with turns out to have a wee-wee that can barely, you know, stick out long enough over his, well, I don't want to get too weird, but let's just put it
You already got weird, dude.
Dude, he's talking about himself. He can
Away
tell.
we passed his ball sack, he got a chode. Chode situation. Brett Keen's got a chode situation. His particular individual is a chode.
Yeah, he should have made that the video.
this way. The porn always uses your most endowed men. So a woman sees...
Not always. Have you seen some of that Japanese porn?
No.
It'll be like a guy with the tiniest wee-wee you've ever done seen. He'll have like 10 girls on his ass, dude. It's crazy. Yeah, dude. It's like they could fucking... They ain't even gagging on it. It's like they're licking it and he's getting off.
that kind of stuff, then she's going to think that that's the kind of guy she needs in her life in order to be happy. And if she ends up running into Joe Bob or the average layman on the street, and then he takes his clothes off, and she's like, well, goodness gracious, you sure are lacking, sir.
This has happened to Brett before.
Yeah, that's why he's saying it.
That's why he's saying it.
And the same thing, unfortunately, happens vice versa. A man watches a bunch of models on a screen, and then he goes out to try to get him a girlfriend. He's going to expect a certain type of figure, right? He's going to...
No. If you're picking up a girl, you already find her attractive. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't pick up a girl and then you watch porn and then you're like, you know, I'm not attracted to her anymore. You know what I'm saying?
He's going to expect a certain type of the woman to be like what he fantasized about. And that's the problem with a lot of men and women. It's one of the reasons...
I think he's ashamed he's ugly and his wife is ugly and his children are ugly, personally.
Yeah, he's like, why don't I have a supermodel
Yeah,
actress?
why am I not on porn?
Yeah.
Must be evil.
Why marriages fall apart all around the United States of America. 85% of marriages fail, even for Christianity, ladies and gentlemen. Even for Christianity.
Maybe it's because humans aren't meant to be monogamous. I don't know yet. I'm still pondering that myself, but I've thought that, you know, maybe we aren't supposed to be monogamous. Maybe we're supposed to have multiple sexual partners throughout our lives, you know? Because, like, that is true. Like, most people get divorced or most people break up or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, there's that. Like, most times it doesn't work out.
Because people get their idea of what they think the perfect woman or man is. And then instead of loving someone for who they are, we love people because we think they can closest fit our fantasies. And that's not good. It's not good because when you do that and then you find yourself in a close-knit relationship where you're like living with the person.
Like my wife.
It's like every 5 minutes you're going to discover secrets about this person. You're going to discover that they're nothing like the way they were whenever you met them, that there's much more to them. I myself, I got very lucky. The woman I ended up getting hooked up with, she had a lot of the great things that I expected from a
She knew how to cook mac and cheese, and she knew how to cook it well.
woman. And according to her, I had a lot of things she expected from a man. And I've been married
Liking mac and cheese.
And my tiny wee-wee.
for 30 years ever since.
He's so gross.
And we do well with each other. We're able to bounce off each other. But I've seen a lot of relationships fall apart where you got friends who say, man, she's just not... like, for instance, one problem that guys have is They'll hook up with a woman who's
Is this
attractive
about
and
porn or relationships?
Yeah, it just switched to relationships.
You know what I'm saying? It switched like 2 minutes ago.
beautiful, but they forget that there's going to be a time that the longer you stay with the woman, the older she's going to get. The older, the hips are going to start.
No one thinks about that when you're with someone. No one's like, oh, she won't be this pretty forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a given. Everyone knows that. You know what I'm saying? And porn doesn't change that. And if the person isn't right for you, the person isn't right for you. And that's just how it is.
Spoiling out. You know, it's like a vehicle. You get a really nice car.
It's not at all like a vehicle. I'm done with you. I'm literally.
9/11's
like a football game. You know, relationships is like a new vehicle. The bumper's worn out and the fucking like no, like I'm done with you. You're done. I'm done with you. How long have we recorded for? 35 minutes. All right. This has been PlutoCoffins and KDH. You say your line.
And KDHD.
For the hell episode out of hell of the Bull Session
Thanks
podcast.
to John Campbell. He attacked us.
He cursed us.
He didn't want this episode coming out.
He thinks we worship Satan now. But Satan's going to get him.
Yep.
And he knows it. But we'll see you guys in the next one.